Getting a loan in New Mexico might be more difficult for some come next year, but it is also likely people won't get further into debt. Tonight, Target 7 investigates a new law and how it'll affect people who need money now. You see them all over New Mexico, storefront lenders ready to give fast cash to anyone who needs it.
So they rely on these storefronts to give them something if they have a car repair or something with their home or some unexpected expense.
But for some, it comes at a price. Interest rates as high as 175%.
They're paying off more money than what they're actually getting.
This person had to pay back nearly $2,000 for an $1,100 loan. And here's one in which a man took out a $4,800 loan and had to pay back more than $19,000. He had a 131% interest rate. It's a big industry in the land of enchantment. In 2020, more than 223,000 New Mexicans took out small dollar loans. KOAT legislative expert Rhiannon Samuels says there's a big need.
Some of the folks who go to these places are perhaps folks who don't have the best credit score. You're going to pay a higher interest rate because the place who's giving you the loan is accepting more risk, not knowing if you're going to be able to pay it back.
There are more than 500 fast cash storefront vendors in New Mexico, and economists say it's likely that many of them are going to go away due to this new law that is going to cap interest rates in the state at 36%. It was 175.
I think it's quite possible that we will see closures across a lot of the high-interest loan businesses.
UNM economist Riley White says the new law will prevent people from getting deep into debt, but it could also prevent people with bad credit from getting loans when they need them.
The question is will that do an aggregate good or an aggregate bad for these communities in New Mexico?
Supporters of the law argue it will help the economy, but opponents say it could hurt low-income families.
The reality is that a lot of the folks who use small dollar loans and rely on this sort of access to credit, they are more modest incomes.
Andrew Duke represents the Online Lenders Alliance. The new law also affects businesses who give similar loans online.
And typically their credit scores fall below prime, and they are oftentimes not eligible to receive loans from banks and credit unions.
It would be positive economic development for the state of New Mexico if they went away tomorrow. Good riddance.
Fred Nathan of Think New Mexico lobbied for the law last year. He says credit unions have agreed to start lending to people with bad credit, as long as they take a financial literacy course.
We're trying to achieve this balance where there will still be access to capital, but at a reasonable rate where the consumer will have at least a fighting chance to pay the loan off and won't get in this cycle of debt.
With this, New Mexico will become one of 36 states with an interest rate cap of 36% or less.